the rarest plant in the world. All around us, in our gardens, parks, schools, neighborhoods, and markets, there are many different kinds of beautiful, colorful flowers. Roses, daisies, dandelion, and tulips are all flowers that we see often. But do you ever wonder or think about how many rare plants there might be in the world that you have never seen? Rafflesia arnoldii. This plant is known to have the largest flower in the world. It is also one of the rarest plants in the world. Rafflesia arnoldii is also called the corpse plant because it smells like rotting flesh. This plant doesn't smell good like most flowers do, and you can find it in the dense rainforests of Sumatra, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Bengkulu. The corpse flower, Amorphophallus, Kopp's flowers are not only rare, but they are also an endangered species. Only about 1,000 are thought to be left in the wild. We don't know much about its history, but we do know that it lives in the Indonesian rainforest of western Sumatra. It takes these plants between 7 and 9 years to bloom fully. It's called a corpse flower because it smells like rotting meat. Its smell, color, and size make it attractive to different kinds of insects and pollinators, which helps to make sure that these species will keep on living. It can grow up to 3 meters tall and has only one green and red petal inside a cone-shaped structure. Ghost orchid, Dendrophyllax lindonii. The ghost orchid is a beautiful white flower that doesn't have any leaves and is mostly made up of branches that grow around the bark of a tree. There are only about 2,000 of them left in the wild, and they only live in Cuba and the flooded forests of South Florida. Changes in the weather and a lack of pollinators are putting these flowers at risk. Ghost orchids are different from other plants because they don't make their food through photosynthesis. Instead, they get their energy from other plants that are close by. They are called ghost orchids because they grow on trees and look like ghosts floating through the air. Chocolate cosmos, Cosmos atrosanguineus. Chocolate cosmos came from Mexico, but they are no longer there. Through plant reproduction, a similar version of it had been made. It is reddish-brown and smells strongly of chocolate. Butterflies like to land on these flowers. It can grow to be between 40 and 70 centimeters tall. The law and government now protect places where chocolate cosmos used to grow. Juliet rose, Rosa Julia child. The Juliet rose flower is one that stands out and looks nice. It is one of the most expensive roses in the world and has peach and apricot-colored petals. David Austin, a gardener, made the Juliet rose in 1978. It took him 15 years to do so. Jade vine, Strong Alodin macrobotries. The jade vine is a rare and beautiful plant that grows in the rainforest of the Philippines and blooms upside down on trees. It has bright turquoise flowers that look like sharp claws. This plant can get as long as 3 meters. Most of their pollination comes from bats. The jade vine is in danger of dying out in the wild because trees are being cut down. The fire lily, Gloriosa superba. The lily looks like a trumpet and has bright orange-red petals that look like fire. They can get as tall as 12 feet. They are native to many countries in Asia. They are not that rare yet, but countries like Sri Lanka and Ashita are losing them. This plant is poisonous to people, but it has many uses in medicine.